Okay. Okay, we're back up. Okay, we're still recording too. Okay. So anyway, this first section, there are a number of people. The thing I was talking about was what's called the beginner's path. So if you have people and you want to get them started on their own quickly, just go to intro and click on the beginner's path. And this is basically, again, what we call Family History Guide Lite. And things are scaled down. You have a quick overview video that they can watch that's 2 minutes long that they can see. And it basically, in a nutshell, explains the guide and what it is. Okay. And then a series of things to help them getting started. And then to get back, you click here and you'll go right back to the full version with all the tabs up at the top. Okay. And then one of the things that's good for people to know is how the guide works. So under intro right there, if you click on the learning system, it gives you a quick explanation of how the guide is set up in projects, goals, and choices. And the basic, the pedagogy of the Family History Guide is you, when you're using it as a consultant, you're the librarian. You're not the library. Okay. And if you know, it's just like when you're in a library and you're a librarian, someone comes in and says, okay, what do you have on adoption? Well, you're not going to go and pull every single book in the library on adoption. You're going to go to the card catalog, okay, and find that, show them where those materials are in the card catalog, and then they can begin their search. Okay, this works the same way. For example, you have Family Search. These are all different projects within Family Search. Same thing with Ancestry, MyHeritage, and Find My Past. They all work the same. So if I go to the project number 1 in Family Tree, I'm presented with a list of goals. How to navigate is the first goal. And then I'm presented with a list of choices, so I can go through them sequentially, or I can jump around in them, whichever I want to do. And if I want to close all these so I can see all the choices at once, maybe I've been through all of this and I'm looking for something in particular, then I can see all the ones I need to see. And let's see, customize a family tree. Okay, well, here's a summary of what's in this particular choice. And then steps, there are articles using the landscape pedigree view. And what we've done in the Family History Guide is to find all of these materials for you. We've gone through the catalog and found the things that seem to be the most relevant. We haven't pulled every single card in the catalog, so to speak, but we pulled out the major ones. Are there other cards? Yes, there are other cards. And those other cards are found right here. And this is available anywhere in the guide. You click on the vault and you will find lots of additional materials, videos, articles, links, all kinds of things that are there. But if we gave you the whole section on adoption in the card catalog, and you walked in with 3,000 cards, you'd be blown away. So we picked just a few cards for you to get started. And then if you need more, you go back to the vault or the catalog itself and find them. And that is essentially how the Family History Guide works. Okay, where do we go? I lost it. There we go. Okay. So that's the intro section, which is a really important section for consultants when they're trying to get people started and going. Now, another really important area here is what's called the topics pull down. And okay, let's stay on adoption for a minute. Okay, if I go to here to topics, these are the top topics of interest in the family history guide. And you can see they're listed alphabetically. So let's go find adoption 80. Okay, right here, adoption records. So if I click on adoption records, it will immediately take me to the section in the family history guide that talks all about adoption records. And up across the top, adoption records, learn about location and geography, search tools, the regions and states, what the different records are, and all of these things will help you. Vital records for adoption, birth records, where to find them, what they are in adoption. You see this little lightning bolt? That means there are additional links in this section. So if I scroll to the bottom, I get what's called a quick link. And the quick links will take you directly to record search areas that are relevant. This one says AC means ancestry. And this is US records, select births and christenings, 1867 to 1931. So if I click on it, I just navigated all the way around, not around, but deep into ancestry to where I can search select births and christenings, 1867 to 1931. One click. I didn't have to go to Ancestry and then find my way there and whatnot. That's what a quick link does. It takes you right to where you need to be. Okay. Now, there's a whole bunch of different choices up here. Military records for finding out about adoption, to try to find people, so on and so forth. But let's say I'm finished with this and I want to quickly get back to where I left on the home page. This is your go to home free card right here. In the top left, the logo. So if I click on the logo, it takes me right back to the main page. So let's go to topics again. Come on. And let's pick something else. My heritage. Let's go to pedigree map. There's a whole section on how to use the pedigree map in my heritage. Right now, I'm a number 6, goal 6, and the goals are listed up at the top. Record matches and discoveries, okay? That's project 2 in my heritage. Goal 10, so on and so forth. That's how you find things. Now, there are a series, you see another little thing over here. We have produced over 100 videos. And this is one of them. It's called a Show Me. Watch what it does. Now remember where we are. Okay. What the video is doing is it's showing me how to use this section of the guide. It's a step-by-step video complete with narration that's going to walk me through how to use project 2, learning how to do the MyHeritage tree. Okay, those Show Me goals are found everywhere, right, to help you. Hold your hand, okay? Now, what if I want to print this? This is a new section that we have. You can't you can't imagine how many times we get asked this question. Is there a printed copy of the Family History Guide? Sounds good. Well, my first response that they wouldn't let me use was, do you have room for a tractor trailer? Right. Okay, That's how big it would be. And by the way, it would be out of date before the last page came off the printer. All right. But so we thought, okay, we'll give in, we'll compromise. So if you hit the print me, and you can do this anywhere in the guide, if you hit the print me, and you can change this. If you're an instructor, you can modify these. Like I can throw parts out, hit the trash can, I'll throw that out. That won't be in the printout, or maybe that won't be, or that won't be. But you can print these out for class handouts if you want to do just a section or something. And these have proved to be really popular. I mean, those.
That particular section that you decide you want it back, how do you get it back?
Get it back where?
If you deleted that little portion there, how would you get it?
Go out of it and come back in again. You have to start over. Yeah. Okay. It's not perfect, but. And that prints out that whole section. Let's get out of here and we'll come back. But that's the topics menu. That is a real quick way to help a consultant. You sit down with them right here. You go to the guide. What can we help you with? Well, adoption. Go to topics. But there actually is a faster way, but for some reason it's not showing up on my screen here. Well, we'll force it to show up. Okay, see the question mark? That's the search screen. So if I click on that, and let's type in adoption. Boom. Where are all the places in the family history guide that adoption is covered? Well, it's covered here, Project 8, Goal 7. The Columbia page, Goal 2. Civil registration for Chile, Goal 2. Vital census for Connecticut, Goal 3. So on and so forth. In Find My Past, it's Project 7, Goal 1. This is my preferred way to answer a patron question. I find the nearest magnifying glass, type in what it is, and then that tells me where it is in the guide. And boom, I can go right there and either let them do it or I can sit beside them and work through it. I do not have to be the PhD on whatever the question was. How many people are there in Chile in 1521? You know, all that stuff. I'm the librarian and I can just point them and tell them, help them where to go, whatnot. Any questions on that? That's just a little search. So find a little magnifying glass somewhere and go to search. And there's that print function again. Okay. Which talks about, again, that whole section. Then what you want and what you don't want. You may not want pictures or whatever. Okay, so there's two ways. One's the topic menu and one is the hourglass. And I don't know why the hourglass usually shows up right here.
Yeah, it's on my page.
Hmm?
It's on my page. I don't know why it's not on.
Yeah,
yours.
it's on your page,
Yeah,
right?
it's right there.
It's right up there in the top left. Okay. Well, what else could possibly
What
go
else?
wrong
What
tonight
else?
with? So, okay, you see it. Now, some other popular things to show. Probably one of the most used areas if people are not looking to use Family Search or Ancestry or MyHeritage or Find My Past, they want to go directly into research in a country. And that's over here in the countries page. And the way that's set up is the first thing, if they're new to research, there's a whole section on how to do research with the Family History Guide. There's a whole video on it. And all of these are on YouTube, by the way, on our YouTube channel. And you can make them full screen and everything. Okay. So, but this explains basically how to do research using the Family History Guide. Now, we back up a little bit. Back to the countries. There's a section called All Countries. Now, this is all of the countries that have major record collections. So if I take, I don't know, Hungary, for example, because I missed dinner tonight. That one appeals to me right now. So, okay, this is going to take me directly to the section, and you recognize again up here are the goals across the top. There's a quick link. Down there they are. This is Family Search, Hungary Catholic Church Records, 1636 to 1895. They may want to just find a record set that they can research. Well, here we are, boom, down in the bowels of Family Search. And we can start searching for those Hungarian records for that year. Now, let's go back. All countries. Now, if you start to look, you'll notice that all the countries in the world are not listed here. But these, remember, these are the ones with major record sets. But if you scroll down and click on more countries, look what we have. These countries have records. They just don't have major record sets, but they're still there. And you can see there are quite a few of them. Mozambique. That's the same thing. Niger, Wikipedia, Billion Graves Records, Find a Grave, Family Search. And all kinds of records. We went to the Jordan River Temple the other night to do baptisms, and I took with me a record for a youth who was my great grandfather's. I grew up, I thought he was my grandfather, but I grew up, got older and wiser, and figured out he was actually my great grandfather, my family bush. But I found that they had a child who was born in 1901 who wasn't listed anywhere. And I found him doing a deep dive on some of these records. I took him to the temple the other night. That was really cool. But there's all kinds of things. And this is South African Anglican and Parish Records. Boom, you're right there. And this is one of the things that the Family History Guide is designed to do, is to shorten. And in fact, if you look at our mission statement, greatly increase the number of people actively involved in family history and make everyone's journey easier, more efficient, and more enjoyable. We're trying to cut down the time. We found that doing our research, one of the things, and you probably know this, one of the things that turns people off, especially younger they are, if they have to spend more than 10 or 15 minutes and they feel like they're going down a rabbit hole, that's it. You know, it's over here, we're done. But if we can engage them and they can find something, Janet did an excellent series on, what can you do in 15 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour or whatever. We found we have young people. When I talk about young people, I'm talking about, 35, 40. It's all relevant for us.
Yeah.
We had people who were doing this on their iPads or on their phones on the bus or on tracks because they had 30 minutes from the track station to downtown or wherever they were going. And they were doing indexing too, until they kind of changed that up. But so our audience really has been that middle sector, those people who are 20 up to about the old age of 45 or so. And that's kind of our audience, to capture them and to bring them in. And it's actually working, because we get a lot of our Zoom classes, when we see the pictures, they are not all gray hair or white hair anymore. There's some real crackerjack younger people who are now getting turned on to family history. We found out that everyone in the world, no matter who they are, at some point in their life, they want to know where they came from. You know, what's in my line? Well, first question is, do you think I've got any money back there anywhere? I mean, we need to figure out how to do that. But back into countries. So that's all countries. But then we break it down to sectionals. Okay, the US, our records in the US it's the biggest collection, obviously, but you'll see it's the same way. The United States. Oh, by the way, if you click on a picture, we changed that. Used to bring up the wiki. But the US is broken down into states. So if we go back to my home state in Virginia, okay, these are the record sets. I can even search by county. So if I go to, where is it? Roanoke County. Okay, if I click on Roanoke, you'll see a little link pops there and it's underlined. That means if I click on Roanoke, that's going to take me to family search information. Okay, I'm in family search. But scroll back up here. The name is family search. An A means it's an ancestry. L, Linkpendium. G, Genealogy Inc. US, GenWeb for you, and F for Facebook. These are all record sets. So let's go to Roanoke. That's Ancestries, Linkpendium. I don't know if you've ever used Linkpendium, but it is a huge source for records. But there's all of this information, and it's down in the county itself. And you can get demographic information and all kinds of stuff. You can go right directly to a city, whatever you want to do. Adjacent counties, Bedford, Botetourt, that's Virginia language, that's Botetourt County. Craig, Floyd, Franklin, biographies and oil histories, cemeteries, billion graves, listings. I mean, there is so much information that you can find in literally a mouse click. G for Genealogy Inc. It's another huge record searching, and you can just pick your state. Come on, there we go, we're in Virginia. And it's done by counties as well. Allegheny County, all kinds of information that you might want to have doing a search there. And then Facebook's got a lot of information on it. Isle of Wight County, Virginia genealogy. And again, there's usually groups that you can join and get into, so on and so forth. Okay, but that's the county, and you can see this all still works the same way with little steps to work through. Well, okay, that's the US. Canada is set up the same way, and you can select the what do you call those?
Provinces.
Yeah, thank you. The provinces, there's Quebec. We'll go right straight now to Quebec records, so on and so forth. Okay. And then England's broken down much like the US, and you can search directly into the shires. Okay. And there are quick links for church and cemetery records and whatnot that you can go directly to, and you can still print. as well. Then you've got each one of the countries. Central Europe includes all of these countries. You can scroll down and go to Slovenia or wherever you want to go. Same thing. So you can get your consultants going and they could spend some real quality time once you just kind of point them in the right direction and start searching records. If they have names or whatever, if they need to learn how to search, then take them to the research section. Tells them how to do that. Okay, now, yes, ma'am.
If we are at home in the family history guide and we don't have access to the premiums, do we get it through the family history guide?
Anything you get through here, you can get at home.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we do not, okay, but that's a really good question. We do not list or link to anything that costs. I don't know how to put this. Some records we kind of sneak around. But don't ask. If there's a premium or a cost or anything associated to get that record, we generally do not go to it. Now, if you go, for example, to the Virginia Department of Records and you want to have a record printed and sent to you, that's a different thing.
What about Ancestry? It's on there.
Ancestry, we go most places in Ancestry without a cost. You know, if you want to go into some of the premium sites, then that's a different thing. But we get most places that are public. Huh? Yeah. Okay. All the public places we're in and out of. Where was I? Oh, but anyway, so you got British Isles, you got all of that stuff. Ethnic. Now there's a thing that, oops. In the ethnic section, obviously African-American, Asian, Basque. We actually got requests for Basque records. We didn't have it, so we added it. Hispanic, Jewish, Native American. We worked with a number of Native American groups. Some of the tribes actually have really good genealogical records of one sort or another. So we did some work with some of those tribal groups and whatnot, and we're adding more all the time. Country, that KB down at the bottom, that can be, come on, really interesting too. That means the KB stands for knowledge base. Okay? And this is the country knowledge base. So if you want to find out information about a country, maybe your ancestor came from, let's say, okay, Argentina, okay, about, you click on it, and there's a little quick thing, archives, where they are, what they are, the census records, the history of their census records, church records, the same thing, civil registrations. It's kind of an overview of what records they have. All right, and it can save you some time. And you'll find all of the countries that we could find information on, which is most of them, are here in the knowledge base. Okay. And again, that's just another thing that you can send people to. Okay, faiths. Well, specifically ours. So if you're looking on Latter-day Saint topics, like temple opportunities, descendancies, all that kind of thing, they're all there, work the same way. But we also have the Catholic, and there's quite a few records that you can get to if you have Catholic ancestry, or if you have someone who is not of our faith but comes in the center and they say, okay, I'm Catholic, what do you have records wise? Protestant, this one came about a couple of years ago. I was asked to do a presentation at Ball State University, and there were 400 people there. I think it was Ball State. It was in Birmingham, Alabama. There's a Baptist church on every corner in Birmingham, and I'm a former Baptist. So the night before I gave it, one of the Baptist ministers said, what do you have in Baptist records? And I said, I called Bob that night and I said, Bob, we got to have a Baptist section. for my presentation tomorrow. These people are all Baptists. Guess what I had the next day for the presentation? Right here. Where'd it go? There it is. We added the section. I had those people, they were just blown away, you know. Gosh, I mean, this has got more than Mormon records in it. Yeah, do we have any Episcopalians? Oh yeah, look at this. That's great. Do we have any Lutherans? Whoa, over. So if you have people come in that you know, are from another faith, you can help them out. Whatnot. We've found we get now requests. We do live Zoom presentations literally all over the country. And a lot of those are genealogical societies. One of the biggest is the Catholic Genealogical Society in Cincinnati. There's another one in South Carolina, in Charleston. They're called DIRT. Name of the DIRT, D-I-R-T, Digging in Roots Together. They call themselves DIRT. They're all Protestants of one kind or another. So you never know. But anyway, that's all in the country's menu. Now, there are lots of other things that are available. This is how to contact us and ask questions, whatnot. We'll get back to you usually within 24 hours. But the countries, the faiths, oh, and here's the thing called the Come Follow Me Companion. This goes right along with the church's Come Follow Me. But the difference is, like, where are we today? Schedule 2021, and we are on let's see, September. We're okay. I think we're there. Okay. Now, this goes right along with the Doctrine and Covenants manual study. The difference being this is the same study with a family history slant. So we've thrown in family history activities and things to go right along with the family history guide. This has been probably one of our most popular sections for the Latter-day Saint community at any rate. Another very popular section is the youth pages for Latter-day Saints, but we have youth pages for everyone. And all of these things have different activities and videos talking about family history and what families can do. Over here under activities, there's a whole section if people just want fun things to do at home, they can find out here. Just send them to this activities section. And there are over 200 family history activities that are there. And most of them, they all have instructions. Some have videos that show you how they work, what the purpose is. Like I said, most of these are all made by us. Okay. There's a kids' corner. So, oh, that's great. How do I kill that? Oops.
Go down.
Okay, that did it. Okay, so that's the activities, all kinds. We even have a section for those who like to homeschool. We got asked by the National Homeschool Association to provide some kind of a link for homeschoolers to learn about genealogy. So we did. We got with them and how to use what they called open world learning, and then kind of an introduction to the guide. And it's mostly activities and country pages for them to learn geography and all kinds of history and things like that. And there's a section on here, and it's up here too. You can actually track your progress in this thing and keep it. But that's another thing for another thing. And all kinds of resources for homeschoolers that we got asked about. We've been asked by a national by several states, Kentucky, Florida, the Departments of Education who want to blend family history into their curriculum. So we've got some of our staff who are working with them to help put some things together. So lots of things, and you can go through all of these, but again, your main sections are right here, the question mark, and then back over on the main page, the topics menu. Okay. There are lots of other things in there, as you can imagine, but you can just go in. Again, Family History Guide is free. There's no charge. We're approved by Family Search. It's a training resource. We're a major sponsor with the National Genealogical Society now. And these are some of our other sponsors that use us. And you can click on here, you can donate through donor advised funds or Schwab Charitable or Fidelity or Vanguard or whatever you want. Huh? Amazon, yep. I'll show you the Amazon page if I manage to bring it back up again. Amazon, if anybody shops on Amazon, probably everybody's hand goes up. Right here, if you go to Amazon and select the Family History Guide as your preferred charity, and you can do that, then they donate. It doesn't cost you anything. They will donate like 1% of your sale to us and whatnot. So that's a huge fundraiser for us as well, as long as all of these. So, but again, Family History Guide, it's all local. Well, I can't say that anymore because we have now board of directors and management team members that are spread out across the United States. But no one is paid. They're all volunteers. And we exist totally on donations, whatnot. So questions? We can go what? By the way, the one I did in Birmingham, Alabama was 4 hours. No kidding. We went to, and the guy says, okay, we're going to break for lunch. Everybody came back. Every single person came back. I mean, I was ready to go home, but no, they wanted to know more. So we did fine. We had some elders and sisters were kind of in the crowd. So I could, of course, easily pick them out. And I had them come up on the stage. I mean, this is like a theater, okay? I had them come up on stage and we did some of the activities that are in the activities section. It was a riot. They had a great time, and so did all the people. But you know, you can do whatever you want. And another thing, if you're teaching, over here under trainers, there is a thing called the course catalog. And when we did have Sunday school and when we used to have classes on Sunday, you can come in the course catalog. And we have already made over 100 courses that are anywhere from 20 minutes to 40 minutes in length that you can teach on anything you want. Swedish history, Finnish ancestry, whatever, because we just took the Family History Guide and plugged all the pieces together. For example, research classes, project 4. Use Family Search Choices AC, click on this, mini classes, goal 4, 30 minutes, that's 30 minutes, 30, so on and so forth. And it made it so that if you got asked, now this never happens anymore, but if you got asked the night before to teach so-and-so the next day, of course that never happened to anybody, then you just went to the guide and went this, and you could be ready to teach it enough to cover the subject and get people pointed in the right direction, because then they could go home and get on the guide and take it from there. And whatnot. So there are all kinds of things here that are available for you. Okay. I don't see any hands up from people at home. But any questions? Okay, well, thank you. And if you have questions, you can either contact me directly or contact us through the contact us page over here in miscellaneous and whatnot. We'll be happy to answer those for you. And I just suggest that as a consultant, you get to know the guide, which will help you to better know Family Search and MyHeritage, Ancestry, and Find My. And there are other things in there too, like Pozilla. There's the down here at the bottom of Family Search. There's a whole section that tells you how to use the Family Tree app and the New Memories app, and how to work through those apps. There are so many things that are available in the Memories app and the Family Tree app as well that are so much fun to do. So thank you very much, and we'll get this posted. Welcome.
It's so much.